Hiya. Okay, welcome everybody again. So we're going to do a standing up, sort of warm up mobility, a bit of stretching, a bit of everything, like we normally do for those of you who normally do come to my class. Okay, so start off, put your feet together, then we're going to flip the heels out, toes still touching, and then draw those toes in line. So your toes are facing directly forward. We're going to start off just finding our neutral spine and our pelvic floor. So we start off hands onto your hips. So you're going to stick your bum out behind you. Okay, I'll turn to the side so you can see. Stick your bum out and then tuck it underneath. Stick it out and tuck it underneath. Try not to involve your legs too much. Okay, so it's from the hips, so we're loosening that lower vertebrae to the lumbar. Okay, and again. So then you're going to circle around, trying to stick your bum out, tuck underneath, stick your bum out, tuck underneath, okay? And then change direction, so these are the party moves, dancing on the dance floor, and wiggle around, okay? So then you're going to stick your bum out, tuck it all the way under, and then go somewhere in between both of those. Shoulders go back and down, hands by your sides. Try not to go forward or back, go in between. Okay, so I'm going to turn back towards you and regroup. Next thing is that pelvic floor. Men and women have the pelvic floor, so the way I always like to describe it, so sorry if you're easily offended, but you shouldn't be. First of all, we use our backside muscles, the ones on the interior, not the big glutes, to when you think you're going to break wind and you're in company and you don't want to, you know the muscles you squeeze, you all know. So squeeze those gently, not too hard. And then imagine you're just going to have a win, you think you've heard somebody, so you stop breathing, use those muscles. And then you're going to imagine you've got a tight pair of jeans on and you're zipping up towards your tummy button. So that's your pelvic floor area all done. Okay, so we go from nice strong legs, feet in your correct position, toes facing forward. We found our neutral spine, we gently engage that pelvic floor, shoulders back and down. You're taking a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to bring those arms up and away from you. And breathe in, bringing them down. Okay, as you take the arms away from you, connect that pelvic floor. And down. And go again. So you should feel, if you're engaging here, that your muscles around start working as your arms go away. If you can't feel it, it's alright, because they are doing it anyway, whether you think they are or not. And then you just go one more time. So we're going to do a similar thing, but arms are going up and out to the side. So lifting from the tops of your shoulders, down those arms, and slowly back down. What we're doing, as we take the arms away, we're breathing out, so we're tucking in, okay? Breathing in, and breathing out. And in. Okay, go again, 2 more. And last one. Okay, so we're going to add on a little bit of movement through the body. You want to turn your hips out to the side. Okay, so turning your body to the side. We're going to raise those arms. So we breathe in, come down in the centre, and you're going to breathe out. So you can get this going in a nice flowing motion. So again, mobilising shoulders, arms, chest back, getting a little bit of movement through those. We're getting that turn through your body. Okay. Breathe it in and out. And again. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold it in the centre. Okay, so we're going to involve the legs a little bit more now. So we're going to go into a squat down. Arms go back, lift up, tummy drawn in. When you get to the top, you can just hold it there if you want to. So we do a little bounce through. If you want to, you draw your tummy in and you extend a little bit backwards. Okay, so we're getting that lower back working, easing back, floating the arms down, lift, drawing the tummy in. Keep your breathing nice and smooth and steady, as always. 3. 2 and 1. So this little workout's always fabulous to do, especially in the morning. Gets everything up and going. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. So now the shoulders. So we roll them up and back and down. Keeping connection in your core and your tummy. And breathing easy. One more time. And then just rotate around the other way. So if you make this part of your sort of morning routine, or whenever you've got a nice little quiet spot and you just want to get feeling that you're ready for the day, this will be fab. Okay, hands up in the centre, tummy in, shoulders back and down, breathing in. As you're breathing out, ease to the side. You notice I'm just trying to keep my hips facing forward so I get that lovely twist through the body, through the waist, but also into the back as well. So of course you're going to however you're feeling today, alright? So work to your limits. If it feels a bit uncomfortable, you know we're like that. If it's painful, we don't like that, okay? So, again. Now you're going to hold it in the centre. What I want you to do is a side bend, and then you're going to open up, the palms facing forwards, and then you come back up. So it's not a twist, it's a side bend, nice straight line, and then you just open. So you feel that stretch all the way down the side, stretching out. So breathe it in. Oh. Tilt and open. Fabulous. Okay, so one more on each side. And open. Oh, that's lovely. Really nice. And open. And open. Well done, well done. Okay, and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so everybody's favourite bit now. We take our feet into the policeman stand, Pilates stand. Okay, inner thighs, squeezing it together, again, shoulders back and down. Your hands can go where you like. I kind of stick them on my hips, but you can have them dangling down. So from here, keeping your feet nice and flat, you're going to sit down, okay? Now it's 5. If your bum sticks backwards a little bit, that's okay, because if you come forward, sometimes it can make your knees really uncomfortable. So sitting back towards your heels makes it more comfortable for you, okay? So we're concentrating on thighs, buttocks, as we come back up, those inner thighs squeeze together, and you stand back up to the top. So we're breathing in. And breathe it out. So it might just take you a few, just to manoeuvre around and find out what position you feel okay in. Okay, so you should feel nice and strong because your thighs, buttocks in nice big muscles, okay, not pressure onto your knees. Up you come. Squeeze those inner thighs. So we're breathing in, breathe it out. And again. Okay, so we're going to go forward. 3. Try not to let those hips, those heels lift, because I know they will do, so try and keep them down. And up to the top. Wonderful. Okay. So the next bit is toes. Spread those toes out. Wiggle them up and down to begin with. And then see if you can spread them nice and wide. Don't look for nail polish. I'm done. Okay. And down. So I'm trying to get my little toe down first and then kind of like pulling my toes across to try and get my big toe down. And then I'll reverse that, put my big toe down and kind of like spread my toes out, trying to get my little toe down, okay? And wiggling down again. Then we go to outside edge of your foot, inside edge. So we're just getting movement in your feet, all those tiny little bones in your feet, all those muscles working, okay? And back in. So try not to push on your knees with this, it's feet and ankles. Okay, then from here, onto your tippy toe. Stabilise your hips, and you're going to push through. You can hold on to something if your balance isn't too good. Okay, and push, and push. So we're connecting here. We're pushing up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, take the toe forward. Again, try and stabilise from your hips. Hold on to something if you want to. What we're going to do from here is lift up and down, tummy in. Okay, then heel. You might not reach all the way down to the ground. That's fine. And toe. And heel. And relax. So you'll notice this supporting leg gets a little bit tight on that, so that's been working on the muscles in that leg, just holding you there. So we've got to swap sides, so always start from the correct position. hips as level as you can. I need to hold on to something either side. Okay, so we toe, tummy in, keep breathing, chest and shoulders steady, and then heel. Heel, doesn't matter if you don't touch the ground, and then toe, and heel, and again toe, and heel. Well done, and relax and give those legs a shake out. Well done, well done. Okay, so now we're going to our half jack. So we bring our hands to here. Start off, okay, you draw your arms away from you. You don't just fling them around willy-nilly all loose, okay? So here, shoulders working, back muscles contracted in. Extend those arms away using the whole of the muscles down those arms. And back, so we breathe it out and breathe it in. Breathe it out. So we're really using that upper body and those muscles, okay? So we're going to add on the leg work at the same time, because I know you can multitask. Okay, so we breathe it in, we breathe it out, we extend those legs away, those arms away, and extend that leg away, and back. Breathe it out, and breathe it in, and out. Now, if you want to, you can extend that leg out and hover it, okay? And bring it back. When you're extending it out, think about drawing in from the side from your hip down the outer thigh. You lean a bit, that's normal, okay? But you're trying to just concentrate on extending. So we're really working muscles. It's not like doing a half jack in the gym. This is Pilates half jack, so it's controlled, it's steady. We're thinking about the breath, we're thinking about controlling that pelvic floor. So we do 4, 2, and 1, and hold it there. Fabulous. Okay, have a little rest. So now we're going to go back into our squat again. Okay, this time the arms are going to come forward and come back up. So you're sitting back, okay? Sit right back, bum cheeks, feet, arms coming forward. Okay, this time you're going to go down. As you come up, you're going to draw those arms up and around, nice and big. Okay, so we breathe it in, breathe it out, and around. And again. Well done. Last time. Okay, and this one, just drop your arms down from the back, lift all the way, stretch up, and then we go down again. So you're keeping that connection through your core, you're trying to keep your feet nice and flat onto the floor. You're getting those arms moving, and you're breathing. See how good are you? You've got 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Then we stretch all the way up, and come on down with that. Okay, and have a little wiggle out, wiggle out, wiggle out, wiggle out. Okay, so time for your back lunge now. So you turn using the space of your mat, because that means if you've got that much space in your house, you've got everything that you need. So you're facing your hip width position again. So what we're going to do from here is take a breath in. As you breathe out, you tap that leg back. Okay, and come up to the top, breathing in here. As you breathe out, tighten up that pelvic floor. So you can keep tapping down. You can do a small one if you want to concentrate on stretching through your body. That's absolutely fine. Or you do a bigger one, so it's a bigger step back. Bending your knee at the front. Or you do the hover, okay, she says. And back up, okay? Breathe it in, breathe it out. So you're doing the full sort of Superman that we would do down on the floor. If you watch the other video, we started off doing that, the spinal balance, or Superman, or of course Superwoman. Okay, so we're going to go 4, and 3, and 2. Tighten that bum cheek, can you feel that working? And 1, and back up to the top. Amazing, amazing work. Okay, So, a bit more balance to go, alright? So what we're going to do, take our body nice and strong. We're going to gently come up onto our tippy toes. And we're going to come back down. So of course, if your balance isn't so clever, take yourself over to the wall, take yourself onto a really steady chair or table. Okay, so as you lift, if you tighten up here and here, that is going to help you because that's stabilising you. So we stabilise. Shoulders staying over your hips. Try not to hinge forward, okay? So we breathe in, breathe out, tighten everything up, lift, and come back down. So you're going to keep that sort of momentum going and you're lifting upwards. Fingertips, ideally, you're going to go up to the ceiling. So I always say to everybody, imagine somebody's up there, okay? And as you lift your arms up, they're going to hold onto your hands. So you're not going to fall and you're not going to wobble forward because they're holding you. So if you wobble, it's their fault, not yours. Okay, so tummy in, breathe it in, breathe it out, lift. Breathe it in, come on down. And breathe it out and lift. And down. Okay, so there is a little trick we sometimes do with this. A little game we play, shall we say. So you count how many counts it takes you to get to the top. So you can count it however you like. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, or you can do 3, 4, 5. And you've got to see if you can come down in the same amount of counts. So breathe it in, breathe it out. So you just count in your head. Nobody needs to know. See if you can do the same amount of counts to come down because the coming down usually goes quite quick. Okay. So again, breathe it out. Tuck that pelvic floor up. Draw your tummy in. Breathe it in, nice breath in. Okay, can you do 2 more? I reckon you can. And fabulous. 1 more time. And have a good shake out. Fantastic work. Okay, last one before you get the inner breather. And you can relax for the day. So your last one. Toes turned out, okay? Hips in the centre. You can have your hands on your hips to start. We're going to go down and up. The wider your feet go for this, the better it is, the more stable you become. When you go down, you try and have your weight going into your heels, not out to your toes. Okay, down and back up. So you're going to bring your arms forward. Imagine you're holding onto a rope and you're going to pull up so your elbow stays bent. Pull up and in. Okay, breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in and out. Okay, so we've got the upper body strong. You're drawing back, opening the shoulder, working the chest, working the back, and those arms. Lovely, beautiful work. Okay, and up. What else do we need to do? We need to think about the middle, so we're drawing up as we breathe out, so drawing up and in. And of course, legs. So as you're coming up, squeeze those inner thighs to the top. Not a great big squeeze, but I do it like that, so it's emphasising tightening those muscles up. And up. Okay, so we've warmed up, we've mobilised, we've stretched a little bit, and we've worked, okay? So from our toes, ankles, feet, inner thighs, outer thighs, buttocks always, tummy always, around that hip area, all the way through to your chest, your arms, your shoulders. That's good for your head, I hope. Okay, go on, 4, nice and strong, and 3, squat down as much as you like, and 2, and 1, and well done, you. Come on, bring it in, shake everything out, nicely, nicely, nicely. Okay, so to finish off, you can bring those arms around, drop your fingers in, around that, across the tops of your shoulders, draw your tummy in, stretch. Bring it back to the top, arms up above your head. Again, take a breath in. As you breathe out, go over to the side, extending down this side. So not trying to crunch in, lift and extend. And back to the top, breathe it in and breathe it out. And back to the top. release. Put your hands behind your back. So you draw your shoulder blades back and down, and if you can, draw those arms away from your body. And release. And wiggle out. Okay, so big finish. You all know this one. Toes turned out. We'd have a nice breath in. And out. Again, breathe it in. And out. One more. Okay. Bring those feet all the way in. Give your thighs a round of applause. And your bum. Tongue. And yourselves. Well done, everybody. Fantastic job. Okay, see you again soon. Take care. Bye.